Good evening, everyone. I'm Megan Skaggs along with Tom Kenny. The future of local radio stations is now in the hands of Congress.
Here's what's happening. There's a proposed tax right now before lawmakers. It would put more money into the pockets of performers, but some small radio stations are saying it could put us out of business. That's tonight's top story at 6. Here's Chris Dietz in Frankfort.
Their protest was for the most part silent. But the sounds local radio stations are listening for are coming all the way from Washington, D.C.
This was the past. It could be devastating to the radio industry as a whole, not just in Frankfort, but across the nation.
It's called House Resolution 848, and if it passes, radio stations would be required to pay performers a fee every time they play one of their songs.
I mean, that's tens of thousands of dollars from a company that's already struggling in a time where, things are tough and it's hard to get advertisers as it is.
So this afternoon, they gathered signatures on petitions. At the same time, one of the music industry's hottest stars was promoting his new album in Lexington.
Hey, it's all good. I love to have an extra check coming in.
Flo Rida has the #1 song on Billboard's Top 100 right now and has sold millions of CDs in the last year. Numbers that are helped by stations like Star 103.7.
But I mean, at the same time, radio definitely, give us a break and let people get a chance to hear us. So I mean, if I had to sacrifice not getting paid that, I'll definitely, sacrifice it to an extent.
But the biggest losers, if this bill becomes law, could be the listeners.
You take away your local radio stations and you're taking away a voice of the community, so to speak, and you're hurting the community as a whole.
The petitions collected here today will be hand-delivered to members of the U.S. Congress in Washington, D.C., who will ultimately decide the fate of radio stations like these, as well as stations across the United States. In Frankfort, Chris Dietz, WTVQ 36 News.
All right, Chris, thank you. Here's the legislative update. That bill right now is just in committee, so smaller radio stations like the ones in Frankfort are hopeful that, like many bills, it will never make it out of committee.